Good morning, everyone. Well, today I thought I'd play my M21 Martin, and we talk about the E7th chord. And there's so much you can do with it, so I'm just going to get started with it, just so we can get through this. Now, you all know what an E7th chord is, right? The E7th. I like to use a hammer-on with that one. It just sounds so neat. It just has a really nice vibe to it. And what goes well with E7th? Think about it. Isn't the A7th? There it is right there, all up in the upper position here. So, yeah, so E7th and A7th go together. But do you know there's other places you can do that E7th? You don't have to stay up here. And there's advantages about moving around. There's big advantages to moving around with that E7th chord, okay? So let me just show you another way to do it. Now, do you remember what a C7th is in the first position? I'm showing you this because I want you to remember the chord shape, because we're going to use that chord shape to find the E7th up here, okay? So the C7th is the C chord, except you take your pinky finger and on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, you play it, okay? And there's the chord chart there. And I'm just playing strings 2, 3, 4, and 5. My thumb's taking care of the 5th string, and my fingers are just pulling the other strings. Or I can pull them all together even. So that's the C7th, but I'm not so much interested in that chord, but I'm interested in the shape. Because if you take that shape and you move it up to the 5th fret, you have E7th, okay? So there it is. Sound familiar? There it is. Well, what's nice about that shape is the fact that you can slide it back and forth from it's just kind of neat. Or you can use the bass notes with it. Isn't that neat? Or this old... Now see what I'm doing? I'm picking up my fingers here. And if you want, you just pick up the middle finger and do it, or the ring finger. And just move it back and forth from the 5th string to the 6th string. And use your thumb to go back and forth. And that's the E7th. You can do that with ease. You can't do it up here and not get that sound. I just backed up and fretting up. So that's E7th, has a lot of possibilities. But you know, there's another place to do an E7th that I can think of, but you have to bar it. It's at the 7th fret. You bar it, and then what you do is you play the A7th shape, basically. You pretend this is like the nut here, and 2 frets down from where your finger is barring, you play that A7th shape. I'll put the chord chart up there for you. But that can get kind of difficult when you're playing this. So what I like to do is use just those 2 notes right there. Right? You're at the 9th fret, and you're pressing down the 2nd string 9th fret and the 4th string 9th fret. Remember that? Back to that E7th. So that's kind of neat to have. And if this, hear that? Those are all, those two, that's part of the E7th. There's the E7th. Hear those, how they go? In fact, there's an old hymn, I'll Fly Away. Anyways, it just came into my mind here. But what's neat about that, okay, so that's another thing you can do, is kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so back to this E7th here. So you got the E7th here with this shape that's like the C7th, right? Well, guess what? If you move that up to the 10th fret, remember how it goes with the E7th, the A7th, right? Well, there it is, right there. There's the A7th. It's in the E7th shape. You just move it up. There it is. So now we got... what it wants to go is wants to resolve with an A, or I mean a B. And you can do that by just playing at the 7th fret, the F chord shape, back to the A, and then back to E7th. You could do that, or you can bar it. There's the B chord, the A chord. But we're going to skip all that and try something different, okay? What we're going to do is try the A9th of that. It's going to sound completely different. But what is the A9th? Well, I don't know if you remember the C9th. I taught you that one a while back. I'll put the chord chart up there, but you'll see it. It's your middle finger is on the 5th string, 3rd fret. First, your pointer finger's on the 2nd fret, right? And it's the 5th string, or excuse me, the 4th string. And on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, you're going to put your ring finger, and on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, you're going to put your pinky. And just play strings 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And that's called the C9th. Interesting enough, if you back up 1 fret, that's a B9th. It goes real nice, really nice with the A7 or the E7th. It brings a resolve with those, but I'm showing you this shape because I want you to move it up to the 11th fret. And guess what? You got the A9th up there. So here you got the A7th. And if you put that C7 or that shape that I just showed you with the C9th, it goes together really well. So let's try to put something together with that. I hope I didn't just confuse you with all these E9ths and E7ths. After a while, your head will swim. But if you can just keep practicing it until you start seeing those shapes, it'll come alive. There's the A7th. Now I'm going to go to the A9th. C9th. E7th. Okay. So you know, you can put it that there. Whoops. There's the B. And if you throw the B and the A in there, you really can resolve it well. But basically, I wanted to show you those chords to tell you that you can take those and just play around with them. Just throw them in and just have some fun with it. In fact, that kind of sounded a lot better to go from the A back to the B9th, back to the E7th. But you could now that I've confused you completely, I'm going to leave you with that and see if you can do anything with it. All right. Well, don't forget on the 30th, it's coming up, we're going to be having a live, and I hope to see some of you there. If not all of you, it'd be awesome. And it's going to be at 6 p.m. West Coast time here in the United States, and it'll be on a Tuesday. That's the 30th. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that. And I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.